Okay, so if you want to get a little more complex with the conditional statements, you can use an if-else statement. And when you talk about if-else statement, you're talking about instead of a single alternative. So that's what we had in the if statements. You had one action. In an if-else statement, you have a dual alternative. So there's two possible courses of action, if or else. It performs one action when the Boolean expression evaluates as true, creates a different action when a Boolean expression evaluates as false. It has a statement that executes when if is true or false and ends with a semicolon. You vertically align the keyword if with the keyword else. It's illegal to code else without if. Depending on the evaluation of the Boolean expression following if, only one resulting action takes place. And it looks like this. If true, we're going to output the score is perfect. Else, we're going to output it is not perfect. All right. We can execute multiple statements with an if statement or an else statement. And the way we do that is we actually put a curly brace. It's crucial to put the curly braces correctly, and any variable within those curly braces is local to that block. In this case, on this slide, you can see that somebody didn't put curly braces, so the if statement will end at the end of that first semicolon. This will run no matter what the if conditional is. So make sure you're placing curly braces around statements when you want to run multiple statements. So let's get to the code. So coming back to my if statement about eat something, I'm going to go ahead and plug in an else statement. Else don't eat something. So now we have a if statement with an else. And we're going to go ahead and recompile our program, right? And that's going to look like this now. If I say 4, it's going to say don't eat something. If I say 2, it's going to say don't eat something. Only when I say 1 is it going to say eat something. That's how we structured the program. Now let's say I wanted to add another statement. All right, I'm going to save this and compile it and run it. I'm going to say 1, go to the fridge, eat something. Now what I want you to notice is this. I'm going to take this off. And let's actually compile the code. What you will see is an error, and I'll explain that error after we run the code. All right, it says else without if. If you come to the code and see the program, you have an else here, and you have an if here. So what is the problem? Well, because I don't have curly braces anymore, the program runs this if statement and exits the if block to run this statement. Now we have an else without an if. The curly braces block the condition and allow us to connect to the else. If you're running multiple statements with an if statement, make sure you put your curly brace. And also, if you have an else here, right? If you have an else there, this will run no matter if you press 1 or not. Let me show you how that works. All right. Eat something, don't eat something. That's because I've added a semicolon here, so the else ends and this runs regardless of what the conditional is. It's a very straightforward pattern here. I hope you guys understand if else at this point. Well, I'll stop the recording here.